Hey folks, Joe Rivas here, the San Diego mortgage guy, coming to you. Today is Monday, President's Day, February 19th, and most of you might have today off. I think about 2/3 of our building here at the CMG building in Mission Valley. I saw their cars in the driveways, or rather the parking places, so about 2/3 of us are out here. And I'm sure, like a lot of my fellow LOs out there, we're prepping and updating our files, getting ready for tomorrow. We consider this a holiday because banks are closed, post office is closed, and also we can't fund and record a transaction today. So some of us might take some of the day off, but others are probably, like I said, updating their files just like I am. All right. First of all, I want to talk about the SDCE, the San Diego Christian Entrepreneurs. Now, we meet every third Monday. It's located off the 15 and Balboa. So if you're around San Diego, in this area, call me, let me know, text me, and I will give you directions specifically. If you're free tonight, it's the third Monday of every month. If you're free tonight, we meet between 6:30 and 8:30. It's for small businesses who are looking for a little insight, a little help, definitely prayer and support. Great bunch of people. So again, if you're free tonight, 6:30 to 8:30, the San Diego Christian Entrepreneurs are meeting. Hope to see you there. Now, even though President's Day is considered a national holiday, like I said, banks are closed, post office closed, we can't fund and record, it's still a little fun to talk about it. But before you go to the beach, before you have that barbecue with your hot dogs and steaks and hamburgers, here's some trivia that you might like to say. So the second thing I want to talk about is pronunciation. Just like February. It's not February, it's February. Well, wrestling, like realtors, is 2 syllables. A lot of us here from time to time, realtors, there's no A in the middle, it's realtors. And also wrestling. The T is actually pronounced in wrestling. But what does that have to do with wrestling, have to do with President's Day? Well, not sure if you knew this, but George Washington and Abraham Lincoln are actually in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame out of Stillwater, Oklahoma. This is a real organization, it's a nonprofit. You can even contribute to them, but their goal is basically to promote and individual achievements. So here's some thoughts that they said. Now, again, I'm not talking about the WWE. If those of you guys who like that, that's fine. You know, Hulk Hogan in my day, The Rock, Triple H, or those guys. I'm talking about wrestling. So the English colonies and the French, or excuse me, the Canadians, the French and Canada colonies. They pretty much popularized it. American Indians in the 15th, 16th centuries popularized this sport, and the colonies kind of like adopted it as well. So by this time, 15th, 16th century, everybody had their national, or rather their settlement champion. Now, what you may not know, that at 18, George Washington was shy, but he was a big guy, and he was pretty much well versed in the collar and elbow. That's basically take the back of the collar, the elbow. This way they're starting upright and they're not like charging like raging bulls. But he was pretty much a good champion by the time he was 18. Now, he never lost his touch. Down the road, he always liked to continue to wrestle. At the age of 47, when he was the commander of the Continental Armies during the Revolutionary War, he he wrestled 7 consecutive people from the Massachusetts Volunteers, and he beat them all. And like I said, the collar and elbow was more gentlemanly, was more from a British style. But unlike him, probably our fiercest president in wrestling was Abraham Lincoln. Now, he was probably the county champion by the time he was 21 in 1830. And it was about this time, and he was more of the catch as you can, or catch and can. It was definitely charging. It was an no holds barred. It was more combat style as opposed to a gentleman standing upright and trying to pin each other. Abraham Lincoln, about this time, I don't know if you knew anything about Abraham Lincoln, about him being a wrestler, but he was about this time Jack Armstrong, Jack Armstrong, and he fought. Abraham Lincoln was, I believe, a store clerk. His boss had encouraged him to fight this Jack Armstrong guy. Jack Armstrong was was the champion of that settlement. Anyway, Lincoln was during their match. Lincoln was winning, and so Jack Armstrong started using some using some bad techniques, some illegal moves. And Lincoln just got frustrated, took it for a while, but got frustrated, picks him up, throws him down, knocks him out. And fortunately, Jack Armstrong came to enough to stop his buddies from starting an all-out riot because he said, hey, no, it was my fault, I blew it. Now, a couple years later, as the captain, and I didn't even remember that he was serving the captain, of a Illinois volunteer group, Lincoln recorded his only defeat when he lost to a fellow soldier from another unit. And again, it was a rugged match, but he did lose that time. Now, other wrestling presidents, so just so you don't think that even though it's President's Day, today is celebrating Abraham Lincoln and George Washington's birthday combined. Other wrestling presidents included our 7th president, Andrew Jackson, our 12th president, Zachary Taylor, our 18th president, Ulysses Grant. Now, Ulysses probably, just like the Johnny Cash song, A Boy Named Sue, because of his name, he probably had to wrestle a lot. And then our 21st president, Chester Arthur. So there you have it. Now you know why wrestling is affiliated and can be considered a President's Day activity. So in your barbecue, during your barbecue, you guys might want to have a wrestling match. And again, if you're available tonight between 6:30 and 8:30, third Monday of each month, the San Diego Christian Entrepreneurs are meeting. So call me, text me, email, let me know if you want to go, and I'll get you directions specifically there. I'm Joe Rivas, the San Diego Mortgage Guy. You guys take care.